We do have this draft screen to stare at what should be the fastest draft we've ever seen, of course, as it is just picking everything else back up again.
Meanwhile, up top, Brax and Matumba Man having a go at each other, but generally the Ursa wins that matchup. They're not too careful. Well, Secret, they'll run in. They do grab that bounty rune, and now a toss back onto the Disruptor Moo, trying to get out of there. They don't really have the lift right now. They only have the Fade Bolt, but at least they will chase him down. They'll cancel his salve off as well, and mid one should eventually be able to find this Disruptor.
Yep.
There it is. I'll be the one with the kill. Lanes going on here for him. Well, keep eyes on this Disruptor.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Hammerman's courier going down to Fear, it looks like, on the Wyvern. Nice little snipe there from Fear, and of course, with that Arctic Burn, you can get the added range you need to find the kill. Meanwhile, though, while I'm looking at that, Moo does end up going down on the Timbersaw. He just needs some more last hits before he picks that up. But unlike the recent puck games we've been seeing, I mean, 9, if this keeps up, should have a fantastic game. He's getting so much darn farm.
Yeah, it's a much more favorable matchup for the puck this time around, and that is definitely something J.Storm can leverage. In fact, all their lanes are going pretty well in that top lane. Again, Matumba Man is having a rough time contesting these last hits. He's always copying a lot of damage.
Hard. There's the Arctic Burn coming out, and now Brax will make the chase. Puppy trying to keep him alive, but doesn't really have much reach. And in fact, Fear will go ahead and pick up the courier once again from Matumba. Now the Splinter Blast will go ahead and take him out. Brax, he will go down as a trade, but J.Storm certainly any longer. And so Nisha will just remain on his own. In fact, he has to be careful about going down right now. He'll continue strength morphing, though. Will survive another day.
Yeah, it's just on the edge here for Nisha. This is really the only way he keeps up.
The Avalanche toss going to be there straight into the Angry Bear. Tumba will clean him up. In fact, it's mid one who picks up the kill on the Tiny. They do find the support Winter Wyvern. They would have obviously preferred Brax, but wasn't really in position for them to get the toss off on him instead. They will be able to secure both top bounty runes, and J.Storm, they'll go ahead and pick up.
They are kind of middling. I mean, it's fairly even with J.Storm, so all these kills haven't really secured a huge farm advantage for Secret so far.
You look back down at that bot lane, Moo, he's having a pretty old time on that Timber now. Meanwhile, mid one, looks like he does go down to Fear, though they are chasing Brax now on the Beastmaster. Matumba really wants this kill. They find Matumba Man on the Ursa. Now Brax going to continue to be chased down, but a nice disrupt there from Moose. A glimpse away onto mid one, stopping the chase, and now Brax will salve up, looking for another target. Will not find it, but the fact that his life is still intact, he's going to be very, very happy with that. In fact, as I say that, Nisha ends up finding unhappy to oblige with mid one. Got the Soul Ring up, as well as 5 mangoes and 10 sick charges on this Timbersaw. So I'm going to go on a whim and say there's probably no point even trying to kill him right now, as he looks like he's unkillable. And he'll just continue free farming this bot lane. J.Storm doing a great job. They've, I dare say, won every lane. You can make the argument for the mid lane, as Nisha did pick up the kill on the park. But even then, 9 is still top of the last hit spot. In fact, top lane, Puppy going to end up going down on the IO. Matumba is still chasing, but 9 is, in fact, Fear is making his way in. They get the roar off, and with that, Matumba will be going down once again. Spike. They go for this. Matumba, he's going to run in. They do have the lift, and they do get the stomp off. The Moo will chain away, though, but there's the chain being stolen by Zai, but they don't really have a way to lock him down. Matumba will continue chasing, but here comes the rotations. Moves does get a nice kinetic field up, holding two of them in place, and with that, Fear comes in as well, with the Splinter Blast and the glimpse back. Matumba has nowhere to go but down, and he does, in fact, go down. Zai now going to be chased down as well, and it looks like he's going down as well. It's just... Brax is pretty darn low on mana. It's down a bot lane. The push does continue from Moo. Fear is going to be there to help out. In fact, Fear is at the level 6 mark now, so it does have Winter's Curse. Though mid lane walk away. Secret may treat that as an opening, as they are going to relocate Zai now back up to that top lane where they are going to chase Brax. Though Brax does commit the roar, Matumba kind of just walk back, and now 9 comes in. He'll clean up Zai, and it looks like Puppey should also go down, and he definitely does. Brax, he'll find a double on the Beastmaster. It's just the same story over and over again. Just no team fights really working out for the side of Secret, though they will at least find fear in the mid lane. 9. Zai does orb in. They do have Mu there as well to help out on the Timber, and there's the Dream Core coming out. You did steal the orb, but it may not help Zai out, as he is just still trapped up in this Dream Core. Nice orb away, but it will not lead to anything, as 9 does clean him up with Zone Orb. And now they move into that mid lane where they find the Winter's Curse straight onto Nisha. Then Kinetic Field and Static Storm being thrown out. Do they have the damage output? They certainly do, as Puppey also goes down. Now Matumba's been left all alone on that Ursa. He tries to go after 9 on the puck, but it's a hard target, and now they get the Cold Embrace as well. The mid one comes in with the Avalanche Toss, and Matumba starts cleaning up. The Mu will eventually find this bear, and now Brax gonna chase mid one down. He has the roar if he wants, but he doesn't need it. It's gonna be a 4.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Should be a 2-for-2 trade on those bounty runes as well. Mid one. Slightly careful, as Mu is going to make the chase on the Timber. He'll go for the TP, but the Yules are going to be there from Mu. And with that, Brax, do you even commit Roar? You definitely don't. It's not necessary whatsoever. It's like Zai could be in trouble. He thinks he's going after Brax, but he could be the one that gets taken down, as he is in the back trying to get in range. And yeah, he got the Winter's Curse off. That means Puppey is going to end up dying, and now the Roar from Brax as well, just to give him time. He has a TP available. Does he commit it quite yet? He probably won't, as Zai is orbing in, and yeah, they found the Beastmaster. They will be able to surely take him out. Not quite yet, but mid one will eventually clean him up. And it looks like J.Storm will give up on that top tier 3 push anyway. As I say that, glimpse back on Zai, he could be in trouble. Just trapped in though, nice toss out from mid one. He gets roared up, but they're gonna be happy they saved their Rubik, or did they as fear? He got the Winter's Curse off onto the Rubik. They found it anyway, but the bot lane, the tier 3 going down, and it does go down. Nisha almost taking down Fear in the process. 9 going to come in and try and help out, but there's the relocate straight away from Puppey, and that will allow them to just get out scot-free. Of course, you are going to lose the IO.
Puppey's getting away. He got away.
All right, Puppey got away. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, the silence didn't hit him right in time. The Dream Core wasn't there.
Zai chains away, still in trouble. Mu will be able to find him with the Chakram. 9 will be there to defend, though. Just a matter of whether he's going to be enough. Top wave is being pushed in as well. Mu trying to get the job done on that tier 3 tower. Zai, nice lift though, and Matumba Man jumps in for a lucky bash, and mid one gets a toss off as well. He's so tanky, but they do find the Aegis. Meanwhile, at the bot lane, Nisha does find Brax on the Beastmaster. They got Puppey on the IO though. Now, can they find Nisha? Winter's Curse is going to be there, as well as the Glimpse Back, as well as the Static Storm and Kinetic Field. It still doesn't seem to be enough, as he is strength morphing though. Nisha, can he get out? He definitely cannot. He does eventually go down.
To handle with just the puck.
J.Storm, what do you do about this?
Ouch.
It matters not to
9 ends up do so indeed. The relocate was being channeled, but Matumba was actually out of range for that Winter's Curse. He won't find Fear, however. Meanwhile, at the top lane, Zai getting Static Stormed up. Looks like he should go down though. Nice toss away from mid one though. No, it wasn't the nicest. It still got him killed. Nisha, he's the main target. The Dream Core will be there from 9. Do they have the damage output though? It looks like they should, as Nisha does end up going down. And with Nisha down in the Morphling, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable to try and push in that top lane.
They don't manage to find Fear as well, so... no,
they do.
One more jump. That was
pretty tell. Being taken down by Mu. It's a slow process, of course, with the Timbersaw, but he'll eventually get the job done.
Dire's middle tower.
Now the Necro 3 units coming in, so that does help out quite a bit, though. It looks like they aren't interested in the team fight. In fact, never mind, they are. They go straight after Puppey on the IO. Now they jump in. Moose does end up going down on the Disruptor. Mid one and Puppey once again looking for a target, though Moose will Glimmer Cape up. They do find him, however, and the Avalanche Toss isn't going to be enough. In fact, he commits a Static Storm. Is there going to be follow-up? Yeah, Mu, he's there straight away on the Timber. After that Tiny, though, Matumba, he found Fear on the Wyvern. Meanwhile, mid one still outrunning them, and now they lift up that Timbersaw Mu. He may have overextended, and they do burst him down. Massive pickups there from Secret, as it looked like it was going to be pretty bad for them. In fact, they're chasing for more. They found Fear on the Wyvern. Nisha is there. Adaptive Strike won't really do enough, but Zai is not giving up on the chase, and Fear now has nowhere to go, although he will commit the curse. But with that Ethereal Blade, it is more than enough to put him to sleep.
Yeah, and this is really the point where J.Storm just starts to really taper off. You saw him move, he just could not get the job done. Now 9.
Trying to split push the best he can. He's still trying to juke and jive his way out of this one. Matumba, does he find him? He definitely does. Look, the Secret are already setting up to try and start this fight very, very early on. In fact, they found Fear on the Wyvern. Nisha, can he just burst him down? Yeah, they certainly should be able to, and yeah, they get it. Now they find the Disruptor as well. Mu trying to get up, but he gets stunned up mid-chain. 9 is in there trying to help out, but it looks like he just wants to get the hell out of there. And Mu probably just understands he's dead at this point. Dreamcore will be committed, but it will not help the cause. And with that,
for any of these outer towers anymore, which means that Secret should be able to clear out this map. In fact, they might be able to find a kill if they're lucky.
Yeah, they found the lift onto 9, and Avalanche Toss, mid one, he does clean him up. Know where Puppy is. In fact, yeah, they do. So Puppy just gonna have to die for his insolence here. Kinetic Field will come down. Puppy has nowhere to go. I suppose they do find a nice... J.Storm still looking for a way back into this game. Mid one, actually going to find a Disruptor now. Moon's still surviving though through the Avalanche Toss. Glimpse back onto mid one, but that kind of helps him out. Still, Glimmer Cape TP should be successful, but there's a Sentry Ward, and no, Zai will be there to lift him up, and he does eventually go down to Nisha on the Morphling. The roar there from Brax. Matumba was continuing to chase with...
Is still pretty darn strong. You have to always be cautious about that Winter's Curse from Fear, so there is still some apprehension to be had here, but it's still going to be a fairly straightforward push.
Nisha actually falling very, very low. The Matumba will take the front lines now. You go after Mu once again on the Timber. In fact, he's melting quite quickly, but there's the Cold Embrace coming out. Fear waiting for his Winter's Curse opportunity, and now 9. He'll jump in as well. Nisha falling very low. The Dream Call does come out still though. Matumba, he continues moving forward. He just doesn't care. Just buying space for his team, and he'll eat the cheese. He'll back the hell out. They glimpse him back though. He's going to need some help.
Oh boy.
Kinetic Field will be there. He jumps out of it though. Matumba does eventually go down. His team has given up on him. Secret did not feel confident enough to continue moving forward. They may have found Zai though, as he cold embraces himself, I believe, and does go down. Didn't really have any help to back him up. They weren't close enough. Go up to the top lane. Mid one is already there clearing the creep wave, but now 9 jumps in with the Dream Core. He only found Puppy, but that's an important pickup, and they do find him. The immediate buybacks do come out though. J.Storm, but they have pushed out that bottom lane once again, so J.Storm, they have to be very careful how far they push this. Smoke does end up breaking Matumba. How do you get out of this one? Winter's Curse will be there, and I think he is just going to end up dying, as the rest of Secret aren't really around though. No, he just BKBs away, but there's that Aghanim Scepter Dream Core coming up from 9. Still Matumba somehow alive throughout all this, and Puppy now coming in to try and help out. Still, can they take him out? They eventually do. Puppy wasn't able to kill him, keep him healed up long enough. Well, Secret, do you really want to keep fighting this? Mid one gets glimpsed back. J.Storm thinking about it. Nisha, meanwhile, morphing into that Winter Wyvern. Mid one falling very, very low, but Puppy keeping him alive throughout all this. And now, well, Mu, he's starting to fall low to Nisha on that Morphling. 9 will continue moving forward as the Punk. Looks like Nisha is still manning up against Mu. Zai now will jump back in. Fear, he's been left alone on that Wyvern. Still J.Storm not going to leave any man behind. And still neither... Now the rotations to that northern outpost. J.Storm, they want to try and go for a kill onto Zan, this Rubik. There will be a blink in 9. Once again with the Dream Call start though, Nisha will waveform forward, and now mid one. Avalanche Toss is there onto Fear. They want that Wyvern gone, but the Roar is there on Nisha. Now Mu just controlling up the supports in the back line. Still nobody dying, and now Winter's Curse. 2 of them in fact. Static Storm, Kinetic Field being dropped on Nisha, but another Winter's Curse coming up, this time from Zai. He'll turn it around onto Moose. Nisha though falling quite low, but not low enough yet as he is morphing his way to victory. He'll just run out of there and Puppey will heal him up, in fact relocate him out. Now Moo being left alone on the timber. In fact, I say that, but 9 thinking about coming back in. Mid 1 not giving up on this Timbersaw kill quite yet. And here comes Matumba Man. They do end up finding Moo.
Seek to be back up on Fear, but once it's back up, they could still hold this high ground with one well-timed spell use.
Yeah, but it looks like they don't have much time. Rax is being attacked by Nisha now. Nisha will leave it at halfway though.
They might get a good pick off on Matumba as well.
Winter's Curse to start. I believe he does have help there in mid 1, and yeah, he does with the Static Field. Static Storm and Kinetic Field though, mid 1, Avalanche in. Still not helping out enough, but here comes the cavalry though. The Dream Core is amazing. Still Nisha willing to man up and fight. Looks like they will find one in the form of Matumba, but now Brax loses his life. Still, they're trying to get 9. The Roar was stolen from Zion. They will turn it around. Moo now just trying to get the hell out of there. Fear, what did he actually steal away was the Splinter Blast. Fear will go down on the Wyvern, and Zai is not done. He'll continue chasing. Looks like Moo will TP away, or rather Moose will TP away. Moo is still trying to fight up and try and turn this one around. In fact, they get the side device off onto Zai now. Mid 1 trying to run. They'll go for the outpost. That'll confirm for Secret exactly where J.Storm are. In fact, they do go after Brax now. Nisha just trying to burst down this Beastmaster. He won't quite get there, and there will be a TP away from him. Meanwhile, on the back, it looks like everyone being controlled on the side of J.Storm. They're losing heroes quite fast. Spear should go down. They've lost Moose. Matumba did lose his life on the Ursa, though. Now they go after Zai on that Rubik, though. The 4-star Zai being thrown around like a ragdoll. Mid 1, though, Avalanche toss coming out onto Moo. Still, he will have to camera his way away, but it won't be that effective as Nisha gonna hold him down. Chains gonna allow him to get out of there. They've changed their mind. They want 9 instead. Back Brax now gonna TP back in with the Roar straight onto Puppey, who BKB'd up. They do manage to find mid 1 on the Tiny, but do they keep going? Nisha, he's not done yet, but the relocate is there from Puppey. And so J.Storm once again managing to hold out. They do get a 2-for-3 trade if you don't include the buybacks that were expended. Make that a 3-for-4.
It's a really good fight. Ooh.
Aegis expiring as well to make matters worse. Nisha won't have that security blanket available for him as well. Like even Fear has the Prince's Knife, so he does get a nice little 1.5 second hex. The bot lane, looks like they do find Moo on the timber, and he has no help around him, which should mean he just dies here, but we'll see if he can juke his way out of this one. He does get lifted up, and it looks like they should have the damage output, though I say that he still managed to survive all this. Now chaining away, they've lost Puppey, but it will not matter. We'll find the kill onto a massive Timbersaw. And Nisha now forcing in this bot wave, trying to force them back. In fact, never mind, they're going for a team fight. They found Fear on the Wyvern. He'll Glimmer Cape up and go on top of the cliff. Meanwhile, Nisha now trying to chase after 9. They'll go after the Wyvern instead. Fear is the much easier kill. So Secret, 2 kills their way. Maybe 3. Matumba, he found another. That's a massive pickup on the puck. No buyback.
Their way towards that high ground, though, so they're going to try to force something out.
Now Daedalus is there on Nisha. He's got it on the courier right now. He's going to be hitting very, very hard on this Morphling. Waveform down to the bot lane where they do go after those exposed rats. The buyback will be there from 9, so now the team fight should start. The Daedalus does come in, but 9 gets in there, gets the silence off, but it will not bother Nisha as he moves forward. Waveform's back now, but Brax can't afford to lose his life like this. Static Storm connected, trying to protect this Beastmaster, but it looks like he is going down, and does. The buyback is available though, and they've lost mid 1 on the Tiny now. Secret, where you headed next? They'll go to the mid rats. Nisha, Lincoln's been broken, he'll get glimpsed up. Yule's there as well. Moo, how long can you hold this? They'll get the silence off on to Morphling, and they'll hex him up as well, but Nisha is still surviving. He is low, but he's going to make his way out of here now with Puppey. They'll heal him up all the way. And again,
Dire's courier has been...
while they found 2 racks, Secret not a...
As well, a couple of buybacks there, so it should make their next push much easier. Widis, Roshan, as well as you mentioned, they have that refresh now. So they've got a lot more in their kit, although
Does find Nisha. Hex is going to be there as well as Kinetic Field. Can they hold him down long enough? There's a Static Storm as well. This Morphling loses the Aegis immediately. Now the Winter's Curse. They found Puppy on the IO. Hold him down as long as possible. Raw will come out on Matumba though. Move. He misses the chains. They need to help him out now. He can't afford to die like this. Cold Embrace will hold him down at least a little bit. Heal him up. Matumba being controlled up, but he will enrage. Moo, meanwhile, still looking pretty darn healthy on the Timber, and now the Roar comes out from Brax. They found this Ursa. Do they have the damage? The Hex is there. Puppy trying to get him out of there. The relocating will not be enough. The Yules just in the nick of time, and now Puppy trying to get out of there as well. Moo, though, doesn't want to fight against Nisha. He jumps back in with the puck silence. Nisha just going to kite him around as Brax does get lifted up, but Puppy almost getting melted by Moo. Not quite yet, though. The Hex will come out onto Nisha again, but it looks like they may have found the dieback on Brax. He'll try and TP out with the Glimmer Cape. Does he make it?
No.
He does indeed.
Puck is going to be big. It does take away a lot from this defense. They have to watch out for that Winter's Curse from Fear, though. It's going to be back up in about 6 seconds, so they've got to watch their spacing here. Otherwise, J.Storm can still hold out a bit.
Well, they'll get the melee barracks. One more to go. Moo Yules up on the Morphling. Now the Static Storm Kinetic Field once again. They're controlling Nisha up, but he is still surviving quite easily, although he's starting to fall low. Pops the BKB. They found Brax on that Beastmaster. Die back on him, and now the Winter's Curse being thrown out onto Moo. Just control up that Timbersaw as they do surround him now. And Moo, well, he gets a Cold Embrace for his trouble, but it looks like he should be going down here. And here comes Mid-One, throwing Fear in there as well, just for good measure. Ensure that Dragon is dead. Mid-One has nowhere to go. He will go down. Buyback immediately on him, but it's only him and Moose left. And unfortunately for them, the GG has been called as Mid-One now going into the fountain gets a toss off onto this Disruptor. They won't be able to find another pick off, but it doesn't matter as Secret will manage to pull off game number 1. But I've got to say, John, it was a very, very
gives Secret a pretty nice mid-game swing. So they've got a lot of potency earlier on this time around. They're not going to have to wait up.
does end up falling relatively low on the Brewmaster. Will salve himself up. He'll be okay. He'll return back into the lane. It looks like Matumba has been relatively aggressive with Puppy up against that Brewmaster. And in fact, as I say that, looks like Moose does end up finding himself the Courier.
Yeah. Fortunately enough, I believe they did manage to get that Buckler out right before, so he's not losing out too much there. Has that added durability for the lane.
Zai falling quite low up in the dire jungle. He'll be okay though. He'll salve himself up. Just continuing to chase him down with this enchanted creep. He will slow down Mid-One, but Zai is still around the area. Nice little impale coming out of him, and it looks like Fear will be chased down now. Zai not willing to chase underneath the tier 2, of course. Just ensure that Mid-One can get out of there safely. But it's not so safe yet. Fear does find him once again. Mid-One being forced back towards the dire side tier 3. And looks like he's just going to go for the deny on himself. Fear will manage to actually pick up the kill though, as it was a bit too slow, or rather too fast on that deny timing. So the first blood will go the way of J.Storm.
Yeah, it's a nice pickup.
They're really going for too much harassment on each other. It's essentially the same for every lane. Like bot lane, you could argue, is being heavily won by the side of Secret. And as I say that, once again, Moose does end up finding Matumba Man's Courier on the puck, so very soon. Just wants that Sage creep, but he doesn't really have the damage output. And now Fear trying to find an easy kill, though. TP Zai, I think it's too late, and it certainly is. Sometimes he's managed to secure 25 last hits at least, so it's not all bad. He's almost level 6 as well. We'll have the Brewmaster split coming up very, very soon. Impale off that he needs.
Oh boy, Mid-One.
Going after the 9, it looks like. 9 going to be under the shrine, though. Zai could be in trouble, but he drops the wall down, but gets entangled straight away, and now the LSA comes out. Very unfortunate on that entangle for Zai, but sometimes that just happens. Gonna have some members of J.Storm around him. But he won't mind too much. Fear. Just walk away. They want 9 on the Lena. It'd be a massive pickup for them. And well, she's copying a fair bit of damage. Nisha will go ahead and clean her up. Going down to the side of J.Storm. Mid lane though, being pushed in by Secret. It looks like J.Storm are ready to try and defend this. Moose moving in. He does have the Dream Call this time around. He only found 2 though. Nisha still free to walk around wherever he wants, but here comes Brax. He gets the Brewmaster split off. Now the TP's coming in to try and help out even more as 9. Lagoon Blade straight to Nisha, but he's still alive throughout all this. Puppy can't keep him alive though. Now they're going to chase for more. It looks like Matumba is going to fall very, very low on the Tiny and will eventually go down. And they found Puppy on the eye to make matters worse for Secret. There's a courier going down. Puppy was the first rotation coming out mid 1. He'll be there in the Vendetta. Still the T2 falling low, but now they have Zai there as well. They have the Vac wall available, and they go straight onto that Lena 9. Ooh. Relocate coming in from Puppy. He brings Matumba with him. Moves the Dream Call straight off the bat. They'll go after Brax because he doesn't have the split available, but they can't quite kill him off yet. Master Madness has been popped, however, Brax surely goes down here. He's still making a run for it, but mid 1 is surrounding as well. They miss the Impale. Moo meanwhile finds Puppy in the back, and Brax somehow alive, but does go down. Still a 1-for-1 trade. Doesn't really go either way. I mean, I nice little Spirit Bear.
A nice pick-off going the way of Secret. They do manage to do a good amount of damage in that tier 3 as well. So the split push is still strong for Secret. They've still got that going for themselves. Always got to watch out. They do manage to clear out Puppy for J.Storm, but they're not going to be too upset about that. In fact, Moo, he's caught out.
Moves forward after mid 1 and... well, gets the fear off at least, but it may not matter. The raise will connect from Nisha. He does... where are they headed though? So they will go up north towards Dire Jungle, where Fear will get spotted out, but they'd rather 9 on the leader. In fact, 9 runs into the Avalanche. Still Fear though, surviving throughout all this, and will go ahead and heal himself up. Now goes after Puppy. Brax joins in, but a nice Impel will stop that, but now the Dream Call just holding them all down. They'll get at least the IO. Can they find that massive Tiny? Matumba, he'll throw another Avalanche out, but Moose is on the chase. Now the Lena TP in 9, going to be very, very careful about his positioning, but he will continue fighting. It looks like he will go down to Nisha. Still, that was the Aegis. Now Brax will lose his life as well on the Brewmaster. Who are they going for? 9, Clumsy Net will be out there. Mid 1 will go down. 9 continue to be chased down, and Matumba gets the crit he wanted, finds another one, and Fear does go down to the end. In fact, Moose, maybe a sitting duck. He doesn't orb away. They found Moo on the lone druid as well. He is just a sitting duck. It's the classic block coming out from all these creeps. And Matumba, Avalanche will be there. Moo, still a very, very tanky target, but there's a net coming out. Still, he will fear them away. Puppy, unfortunately. Goose? Playing around with Zai on the Darks here. Meanwhile, mid lane, Bomberman finds Moo.
Jeez.
That tier 3 tower, not going to be lasting very long at all at this rate. The impetus from Fear will force Matumba back a bit, but now they'll jump back in. There's the back into the Avalanche toss. It's massive. Still Matumba, he eats a cheese, he'll be healthy. And it looks like he's ready to keep going. As Brax cannot do anything with that Brewmaster split. He only has 1 spirit left. That Fire Spirit is 1 hit away from dying if it is the Tiny. They're going to try again. The Spirit Bear does get it entangled off. Now the Fear as well just controlling up this Tiny. Still the Matumba Man lives, and he'll find the Spirit Bear as well. And with that, Moo will not have another one. Do they continue this team fight? I don't believe it's a very smart idea, and it looks like they are going to back off.
Yeah, that just allows Secret to clean up these racks, and there's really nothing J.Storm can do to contest that. They might lose even more. Secret moving up top to secure that.
Yeah, why the hell not? How do you stop this this Tony, man? Zai back war, he finds 3 of them into the Avalanche of Matumba, and they just melt. The Yules will save the Lena for the moment, but there's a toss from mid 1, and that will be another death coming up from J.Storm, as they are going to lose their secondary racks. And this game's over. 3 down with no buyback. That's the secondary racks gone. They have the option for Megas. They're not even going to bother. They go for the tier 4s instead. J.Storm, they're going to try and hold out, it looks like, but how do you do this with just a Brewmaster and a puck?
It's rough.
your puck's not even there right now. In fact, they're just going to go for a counter like mid one. What's your plan here, sir? The spike carapace doesn't work on the fountain. Nevertheless, it is going to be a 2-0 victory for Secret, as Moose does go down to Matumba one last time.